Hey folks, it's Ross. All right, last night I watched this terrible video on what to do when your kid is having a temper tantrum. They said walk away when they're having a temper tantrum. That will calm them down. That is the worst thing you can do. Do not walk away from your kid, and I'll explain why. In later videos, I'll explain what's going on, why they're having a temper tantrum, and in another video, I'll explain what to do when they are having that temper tantrum. But right now, I'm going to explain why not to walk away. That's the worst thing you could do. Okay, so got my little figurines here, little girl, mom. Let's say she's having a fit, right? She's on the couch, she's screaming, she's yelling. I think we can all agree that when our kids are having a meltdown, temper tantrum, whatever you want to call it, they are not in control of their emotions at all. They're just completely overwhelmed with fear, with sadness, with hurt, frustration, anger, etc., etc., etc. They're just completely overwhelmed, all right? And it's hard sitting in all this junk with our kid. But when mom does this, when the kid is upset and mom does this, what message does that send? You know, it sends the same message when someone does it to you. So let's take the kid out of it. You're now here, okay? And you've got someone else here, all right? You're really, really upset, okay? And this person now leaves. How do you feel when this person leaves when you're really, really upset? The message that it sends is, it's hard to sit in your hurt with you. You're not worth it. So therefore, I'm going to leave. And let's be very, very clear. That's exactly the message it sends. Because sitting in someone's hurt, sitting in your kid's hurt, sitting in someone else's hurt, that's hard. And they're worth it because we sit in it with them. If we leave, it's basically saying, it's not worth it. I'm not sitting in this with you, right? So you now are all alone in this. And the problem is, you want this person in your life. Well, this person has already said, I will only be around if you behave how I want. So now this person basically has control of your emotions because you want them in your life. And the message, and you don't deal with emotion when this person's around, you just shove them down, right? It's I'm not allowed to be sad. I'm not allowed to be hurt when this person's around. So I have to just shove it down, and you become numb to the emotion. So that's number one. Right? Number two, how well do you trust this person? If you can't be your real self, because that's what's going on, you're shoving all your emotions down, you're putting on a mask around this person, do you trust this person? No, you're not going to trust this person because you can't be your real self. No, make no mistake, there is a massive wall put up when this happens, and this guy just won't stand up. That's it. There we go. There's a massive wall when we know this person's going to leave if we get really, really upset. You feel it. You know, as soon as you get upset, as soon as this person senses you getting upset, they're going to leave. Do we want that? Do we want that relationship with our kids? Because that's exactly how our kids feel. If this is how you feel when someone will leave, when you get emotional, when you get really, really upset, our kids will do it too. And some people will say, well, they're just kids. They don't understand that. Yes, they do. And even if they don't, at what age will they? It's not like at 18, a switch flips and we treat somebody completely different. At what, 16, 14, 12, do they figure this out? No, it's always there. We understand when someone leaves, we understand we're not worth them being around. That's the message it sends, okay? Now, also, keep this in mind. This person, you're not dependent on this person for your survival, right? If this person leaves you, it's hard. It really, really hurts, but you're not dependent on them for your survival, okay? Your kid is dependent on you for their survival. 2, 4, 6, 8, even a 16-year-old, they know that they're completely dependent on mom and dad taking care of them. So when you leave them, not only do they get afraid, they get terrified because they know that their existence now is in jeopardy. And they will do everything they can to keep you in their life. They will do everything they can to not get upset so that you don't get mad and leave. So everything they do is about trying to please you, to keep you in their life. It's no longer about them. They can't be their real self. They can't show you what's really going on because they're afraid if they do, you're going to bolt and their existence will be in jeopardy. And do we really, really want that for our kids? Do we want that relationship? And that's why also they're not going to trust you. Why would you trust someone if you can't be your real self? And that creates a massive disconnect between you and your kids. So that's why we don't leave when our kids get really, really upset and have a meltdown. Okay, one, it sends the message, you're not worth it. Two, it creates a massive rupture. Three, our kids now have to shove down all their emotion when they're around us because they know that we're going to leave and they don't trust us. Let's not do that.